Hello everyone, welcome back to another Blender modeling video. Today I'm going to be finishing off my alien. So to start it off, we're going to go into X, our X viewpoint, and what we're going to do, I'm going to take these 2 points here. No, I'm selecting the faces. I need these 2 edges, sorry, not points. Once I have those 2 edges, what I'm going to do, I'm going to click G and Z, and I'm going to move it to about over there. I don't want it exactly there, over there, because we are going to fix it in another way. So X, G, Z, and we have this. So now what we're going to do, I'm going to look at this. I'm going to click on this point here, and I'm going to double tap the G key, because then I can move my point about over there, and now I can take these 2 faces and I'm going to delete them. So faces, and now I'm going to add 2 loop cuts, so one here and one here. And now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this loop and I'm just going to move this over here. And now what I can do, now that I have those 2 points selected, I'm going to click on those 2 points, and I'm going to go to the y-axis this time. I'm going to click the O key, and that's going to turn on something called proportional editing. And you'll see what it will do once I turn it on. So O, and now G, Z, we're going to move it down, and we're going to increase, we're going to roll our mouse, and we're going to sort of increase that. And now, as you can see, it sort of moved all the other points along with it. Now if we go into the x-axis, you can see we need to just move that a little bit up, and now we have that. Now the reason we cut out a hole here is so that we can make our legs easier to extrude. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to select all of these edges here. I'm going to click on my X viewpoint. I'm going to extrude it. You know what? No. Before we extrude it, I'm going to click on circle in my loop tools. And of course, that's going to create a circle for us, which is much easier. So Z, and then R to rotate, and S to scale. Okay, E, R, S. Okay, you know what? How about we just do this? And then we scale Z and make it 0. Yeah, there, that's much better. And now I'm going to continue going down. So just E, EZ, and extrude it to about there. And I'm going to scale it down. I'm going to move it out. E, Z. I'm going to scale it. And then I'm going to move the feet a bit. I'm going to scale this out a bit more. And then I'm going to do my final extrude. I'm going to scale this. And there we go. There are my legs. And now I am going to make the feet. So to do that, what we're going to do, the first thing, we are going to fill our bottom here. Oh, looks like we need to quickly adjust this really. Okay, yeah, there we go. And now what we can do, I'm going to click on my point select, and I'm going to select only these three, and I'm going to press the button F, or the key, and then I just deselect this point, and I keep pressing F until it's fully filled. Now what I can do, I'm going to look down, and I'm going to change it into wireframe mode, because now what I can do, I can take these points and I can move them a bit more. Yep. And then don't forget these. Actually, you know what? We have to do one more thing. So go back into X viewpoint. We are going to need to add a loop cut. No, okay. There is the problem. I just realized it. Don't fill in your hole yet. Before we fill in our hole, we do need to extrude this out more. So I'll change into wireframe mode, B, and I'm going to select all these. We're just going to E and Z to scale that out, scale it in. And now I'm going to fill it in. So F, press these 2 points, F, F, F. And then if you need to, just move these down a bit. And now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take 1, 2, 3. I'm going to take those 3 faces. I'm going to look in our y-axis, and I'm going to extrude it to about there. And then I'm going to, yeah, we got a problem. Okay, so I think I did mess up somewhere. So, let me check. Okay, so what we can do, I'm going to click E, but instead I'm going to click X, and that's going to extrude it straightly. And of course, we need to scale this out. Okay, maybe not there. Let's choose this point, or this edge, and this edge, and we're just gonna scale that out. And now what we're going to do, I'm going to take these two, scale it out, or yeah, scale it out, scale them in, and now I'm going to add 2 loop cuts, so I'm going to change the number, and 2 loop cuts. And now what I can do here, I can take these 2 points, and I'm just going to move them. No, I need to scale them out. Yeah, so that looks good. Let's just check. We are going to add our solidify modifier, or our subdivision surface modifier. And yeah, that looks good. And one more thing before we continue. I do want to change the size of the head because I fear it is too big. So, very easy fix. Just choose all our faces and extrude it in like that. And then X, pull up our so about that much, and we can pull it down. Yeah, that looks much better. So now what we are going to do next, we are going to make the arms. And to do this, I'm going to select, actually no, before you do anything, make a loop cut here. No, not two of them. Make only one loop cut and make it here in the middle. And now I'm going to take only these 4 faces here. I'm going to go into my X, and I'm going to click E to extrude, and I'm going to move it, pressing G, E to extrude, move it up a bit, E to extrude. Now what we're going to do, we're going to scale this out. And now we're going to make our hands. Alright, now to make the hands, what we're going to do, I'm just going to select these 4 faces, and I'm going to extrude a little. And we're going to mark this as our thumb. And I will make this, once I've scaled it out, I'm going to make it a bit more thin. And then I'm going to extrude it a bit more. So that's about where the thumb will go. And I'm just going to extrude about that much. Let's see. We can extrude it a bit more. So let's just pull it. And we're going to scale this in. And now what we're going to do, we're going to take this, and I'm going to extrude it out. Maybe move it about over there. E, G to move it. And then I'm just going to take all of these faces so we can rotate it. So once I have all of the faces and no additional faces, I'm gonna click R, or we can just, so RZ, and G, and then because my thumb is not as long as my actual hand, we can scale this out a bit. But first I want to curve this last part of the thumb in a bit more. RZ and S, G and RZ. And yeah, we have our hand and our thumb. And if you need to, you can rotate a bit more. I'm going to rotate mine on the x-axis just to move it up a bit. So there we go. And now we can try our solidify modifier or subdivision. I keep saying solidify. And let's see. Yeah, this looks pretty good. And before we finish this off, I do have a few more things to do. Starting off, I need to arch this back. I need to sort of add GX. I'm going to add a bit more of a crease to it. And I do also want to sort of move some points in, such as my chest point here. So GX. And then my back as well. GX. I'm going to raise my shoulders a bit. GZ. And then I think we are done with the adjustments. If you need to, you can add some adjustments to the knees by sort of making them so GX. If you need to, sort of adding knees to it like that, or you don't need to. So to finish this off, I'm going to choose these 4 faces here on my face of the alien, and I'm going to make that into a circle. Now once I have that, I'm going to click G to move that in, and I'm going to do RZ, and I'm going to make that 0. Oh, okay, wait. Yeah, that's right. And then we move this out. And now what we can do, I'm going to click S and Z. No, it's not Z. SX. Yes, it's SX. I'm going to click 0. And now it's flat. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to I to make a face. And once I make that face, I'm just going to move this back a bit. And finally, not finally, for at least the eyes, what I'm going to do, I'm going to inset this part of the eye, and I'm going to move it up, and that's sort of like our little shine in the eye. So we have that. And now it's time to add our mouth. So make at least 2 loop cuts. And then we're going to select these 2. And we're going to move it up. And then I'm going to rotate it. And now I'm just going to extrude it backwards. Okay, you know what? No. I have a better idea for this, for the mouth at least. For now, we're going to leave the mouth, and we're going to finish coloring, actually, because we haven't even started that yet. So I'm going to click New, and I want my alien to be a nice navy bluish color. So maybe that will suit it. And now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go back into edit mode, get near my eyes. I do want to name my materials, so I'm going to name this body, and then I'm going to create a new slot, new, and I'm going to keep this, no, I'm not going to keep, I'm going to make this a black. I'm going to call this eyes. And now I'm going to click on all of these, and I'm going to assign. And then finally, I'm going to make a new slot. I'm going to make a new one, and I'm going to make this a very bright white. And I'm going to assign it. I do want to name this shine. And then finally, what we can do, this definitely looks good. I don't really think we need to do anything in coloring. If you want to, you can of course do other things. Like for example, I think I might want to make this part of the body a different color, the one that goes into the eyes. I'm going to make a new slot. And I'm going to get the body color. Okay, no. Okay, you know what? No, I messed it up. Let's delete this one. Okay, we need to go back into object mode for that. Now we can delete that. And then I'm going to change it back to a navy blue color. No, that's becoming a purple color. Yeah, that will suit it. Now I'm going to go back into edit mode. I'm going to select all these faces again. New. And I'm going to make this into an even darker color. And I'm going to assign it. Ooh. So this should be here. Yes. So now we can start fixing this up a bit more, adjusting the colors. That actually looks much better. So we have our alien, and the next thing we're going to be doing is adding a mouth.